Hello. Good afternoon, everybody. How's it going? Hi. Hello. Wah. It's Monday. It is Monday. So we are here once more. Let's get my gloves on because it is cold. Oh, I got something more important to do first. I'm prepared as always. Okie dokie. That's better. Wah. Wah. Oh, music. Let's close that. Organize my windows a bit better. This was one thing that we were going to adjust. Let's make a new folder. Okay, there we go. I have actually updated my A sprite. I actually realised there's another. Oh, for God's sake! There was a new version. 1.3.1, 1.3.2. Oh no, they found a bug. I'm not doing that now. Oh no. Son of a bitch. I was on this version. I was like 2 versions behind. I was on the 1.3 beta 2.1, and then they had 1.3 RC1, and then they had just straight up 1.3. So they fully released 1.3, and I updated to it, only for them to release another patch. Yep. Mm-hmm. When you walk away, you don't hear me say, please, oh baby, don't go. This is fine. Don't worry about it. Also, hello, Curls. I hope you're doing okay today. I finished the video and I will never be the same, which I think is how everybody feels. Okay, buildings, and this is going to be just, yeah. Building 1. God damn it, I updated the program and then there's a new update. I'm doing good. I'm channeling my indescribable rage into art. Excellent. Good. Program updates of the enemy. Mm-hmm. The thing about A Sprite is that in and of itself, it's not like a big program. And it's also not really like a big program in terms of like, you know, the people who make it. You know, I think it's gaining traction, but it's still essentially a little indie thing. So when they release an update, it seems, apparently I've learnt this when I try to do it, is that it isn't like a patch or like a thing that you can go into the settings and be like, download update. You essentially re-download the entire program. Which is why I'm not updating now. It doesn't take long because the program is not very large, but you essentially re-download the entire program when it is updated. Future doesn't scare me at all. It's not a big program. 26 megabytes, you know, it takes 2 seconds to do, but still. Mods that don't have a mod manager approach. Mm-hmm. It is at least relatively easy of like, you know, you download it and then you just kind of drag and drop it into where you had it installed, but it's still just a little bit of teething because like my brushes didn't save. My dithering brushes that I made. This fella, I had to remake him because it was essentially a fresh install of the program. So I'm not doing that again. It's fine. I'm on version 1.3.1. There's a 1.3.2. When I click on the blog, it doesn't even tell you what 1.3.2 is, so it's probably not that big of a deal. Fixed a dithering matrix in the gradient tool. Use dynamics brush preview freehand. Highlight dynamics button when the sensor is being used. Lua fix. Well, I'm not using Lua. Okay. I'll live. I think I'll live. I sometimes use the gradient tool. I see. It's not letting me select a gradient. That might become a problem. Okay, I did actually find the bug that they were referring to. That might be a problem. Yeah, fix dithering matrix selection. Yeah, that's this. Dithering matrix selection. Oops. Uh-oh, John. It doesn't work. Well, I know what I'm going to be doing after stream, provided that I don't need that tool today, because that is a tool that I actually use. Anyway. Excuse me. Are you working on the blanket still? Oh, interesting. Why did you paste nothing? Where's the shed? Shed. Oop. It's there. Somewhere. There it is. Oops. Okay. Yes, I am reporting to you from panel attachment hell. The blanket consumed me so much I should realise I should eat lunch. You should eat lunch. If anything, me starting stream is a good indicator. That's why me eating lunch on stream is a meme. Because even for me, I go to stream and I'm like, oh wait, I should eat lunch. If you see my go live notification, you haven't eaten lunch, you should go eat lunch. Just, like, install that into your brain for the future. Okay, so we're going to try and do... Your notification is in fact the reason I realised I should eat lunch. Yay! Yay! Go on, go make food. I'll be here. Go make food. Okay, I had to think about how I want to do this. So I got requested to make, like, destructible stuff. Mm, let's duplicate it. Duplicate that, and then we'll lock that so that we've got the original. So when we talked about it, the request was to maybe sort of like quarter the building, essentially, and make each sort of quadrant destructible. Which for this shed, I think would probably quite easily sort of fall into like that panel, this half of the roof, this half of the roof. Hi, car. How's it going? I need to, once again, pull the chair forward and then sit back. Amlurk, please no bully. Okay. Okay. Thank goodness it's a bit milder today. It was so cold last week. We actually had snow. I don't know if anybody outside of the UK heard us say that, because the moment it happens, the UK always sort of goes, oh, it kind of thing of like, oh my god. But yeah, we actually had snow. Snow did occur. Hmm. Do I want to just flip that? I mean, I could. I could just flip it. Do I want to? What if I grab this and move it down? And then I grab that and move it down so that it looks like it's been bent. Unless I'm mistaken, your music isn't musicking. Fucking god damn it. Thank you, Core.
You must be amethyst. You must be garnet. And pink diamonds. Pearl. Well, she took you with her.
Blah, 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 blah.
Well, but it can't be. It can be. And it is.
Music was muted.
And a few new toys that are gonna put an end to your happily ever after once and for all. Whoa, whoa, whoa. This has got to be a misunderstanding. In case you haven't heard, I've established peace across the galaxy. Yeah, I've heard. I've had your little message to the universe on loop. just love that part. Where Pink Diamond spends the rest of her days on this nowhere planet with a bunch of nobodies. That's right, I heard the story over and over again.
Mwah! Hi, Dan, and thank you for the beats. How you doing today, lovely? How's it going?
What did she say about me? What did she say? What did you do without me? What did you do? Did you play games without me? What did you play? Did you think all this time that I wouldn't find out about you? Oh, that's right, I heard the story over and over again. Gee, it's swell to finally meet her other friends. I came from the garden alone. She told me that I was her own. She walked with me, talked with me, made me feel I was at home. But thousands of years they go by, just happy to stay and play nice. Allegiance to her I had sworn, but this time it had turned to a rose full of thorns. Who am I? Who am I? What are you even saying?
Good, how you doing? Okay, it's a Monday, you know. It's a Monday. We're trying to get back into things, you know. Spooker's nipped to the shop. He's not home yet. Yeah, I'm trying to do more sprites. Not gonna lie, I feel like the creative well has maybe gone a little bit dry. So I'm working on modifications of existing ones because I'm struggling to think of new ones, which I think is understandable given the everything. So yeah, me and Dev talks about making like destructible bits for some of the stuff, so I'm doing that. Yep. That did not take long for him to do the shopping. He was only about 15 minutes later than he normally is. Oh, wrong one. Food consumed. Dark Souls text. Just time for Everhood Banger. Just in time for Everhood Banger to stop. My brain is truly doing A5 things today at once. Today it's madness over here. Can I take some? I feel like my head is very empty. I said when Den turned up, I was like, creative ideas are very thin on the ground today. Which is why I'm doing the modification sprites rather than the make something new sprite. I'm using excess brain cells. I had to expand into yours. No! This is me! You did this to me! I needed the bird facts, it was important. How dare you take my bird facts? I need them! You could have invited me to the conversation.
She packed my bags last night, pre-flight. 0 hour, 9 a.m. And I'm gonna be high
As a kite by then.
I miss the earth so much. I miss my wife. It's lonely out in space on such a timeless flight. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time till touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not the man they think I am at home. Oh no, 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 I'm a rocket man. Rocket man, burning out his fuse up here alone.
Yay, I caught a bird! See, it's what you get. I resoundingly could not, but I will exchange a bird fact I learned in said conversation. Did you know there is a gull in the UK called a fulmar that spits acid like fluid at attackers? Oh my god, yes. We love the bird facts. The thing is, a lot of my bird facts you've probably already heard from, like, Brennan.
It's cold as hell, and there's no one there to
Did you know that woodpeckers' tongues are so long that when they are in their skulls, they actually wrap around the back of the skull and help cushion it when they are hammering into trees? Brennan is responsible for 98% of my bird facts. I didn't know that one from Mentopolis. Ah. Thanks, Hank and Brennan. Yeah! The Bird Boys. Rocket Man, burning out his fuse out here alone. Okay. So that's our halfway mark. I'm gonna copy that. New layer. Nope, not new layer, but yes, but also no. New group. Destructible shed. nothing. Wow. This is empty.
And I think it's gonna be a long, long time.
Edit. Cut. No, not. Oh, the brain is not working today.
Okay.
Thanks, sweetie. How you doing? Thank you for the biscuits. Oh no, it's melting into the mug! No! No! Thank you. He bought me a cup of tea and he's put some biscuits on the plate, and two of the biscuits are like chocolate digestives, and they were pushed up against the mug on the plate, so the chocolate was just slowly melting onto the mug. And now it's pasted it twice! I might have been a bit preemptive with this. I should probably finish all of the destructible bits before importing them, but at least then I can say, like, this one is done. What layer are you on? You are part of this layer. See some ground. Biscuit. And did you know, girls, that, like, I went to see my parents over the weekend, and I've got, like, a little crochet thing that I have there as another sort of, like, something to do with my hands. And for the first time, I brought it back with me, literally just so I could show it to you. It's next to me on my desk, because I was like, if I have another chat with girls, I can show it to her. Um. We're 105 years. Yep, yep. It does spook. We sat and we talked about knitting and crocheting for like 3 hours, and it was wonderful. It was so nice. Okay, how am I going to do this one? Biscuit. Okay, yeah, I was like, does that look like it's been dented in? I think it does. Take care, girls. Have a good day. Maybe hang out tonight, if you feel up to it. Should be about dropping a message. Oh yeah. If I'm about, I will do so. Not gonna lie, I want to watch more Burrows End. Oh. Hi, Galaxia. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing alright. It seems the squad has been watching H-Bomber Guy and is absolutely feral from it. Which we love to see. Doing the best I can, and that's alright. Hell yeah, it is. Hells to the yeah. Excuse me. That came straight from my stomach. Not finished with the vid yet, but it's bolstered my want to be there for people as an editor to help and assist. Heck yeah! Creative supporting creatives! Woo! Is another side to teach. I'm going comrade mode, yes! I don't know what they're putting in those biscuits, but they are good. Aldi's malted milk for chocolate. Something about them. Very weirdly delicious. I didn't actually check how my new TikTok did. Ooh, 2 new followers, that's nice. Ooh, and about 12 likes? That's not bad for something which was very, very minimal effort, honestly. You're 17 likes. No, that's nice. Yeah, it was very low effort. It was very low effort. Even I'll acknowledge that. It's basically there's no editing. It's me syncing up audio with my speaking, and like that's it. So I'll take 17 on a very, very low effort one. It was a bit of content filler, I guess. I don't know. I've just been very aware of when I heard someone say that when you're on Twitch, you don't grow your audience on Twitch. You grow your audience on other platforms, and you direct them to your Twitch. And I was like, okay. I don't have a lot of time to be trying to grow stuff on other platforms, but I'm gonna do my best. I hiccuped halfway through that sentence. Do my best, champ. I like making stuff. It's just nice to be acknowledged sometimes, you know? I'm incredibly distrusting of anybody who claims to know how it works, because even I don't think Twitch knows how it works. It's one of those things where a lot of people will theorize and come up with things of like, oh, this works and this works and this works, and honestly, the thing is that a large chunk of it is luck. Frankly, a large chunk of it is luck. I feel that was a little run down at my Truck Vids launch numbers, but I look at the amount of people who've liked it, and honestly, that many people enjoyed it, and there's a victory there. Yeah! Show your child to Baba Yaga, that's the only confirmed process. Ah! Alright, it was me eating the last biscuit and moving the plate to the side. Never even offered me a biscuit, what the hell, Blue? They're mine! They're mine! No! Blah. I thought we were chums. No, we are friends. No! You're my buddy! Time to get one-upped. Get hecked. Of course. Even if Spook to genuinely unprompted ask me if being a furry, is he wrong? Who's to say? Ah! Ah! But in Spook's defense, he just assumes that anybody who isn't someone he has met in real life who watches my channel is a furry. Which I think is like an assumption to make, to be fair. Stream friend, yes. Yes. That role, if you have that role, it means that when I'm doing open events, such as now Tuesday evenings, because Tuesdays are now open events, you can come join if you want to. You can come be on the stream as a stream friend. That's what that role means. Let's get should we do like bullet holes? If I'm not in D&D, then heck, you can count me in. Yay! Remember, the rules are that if it's art night, you gotta be doing creative things, which is what Tuesday is, so it will be art night, yeah. Heck yeah, I got creative projects to work on. Hells to the yes! Hells to the yes. Although, I know it was something that I literally talked about like 6 months ago when I moved, and I was like, now that I've moved, I want to collab more. I know I'm gonna, knock wood that the same thing doesn't happen again, but hopefully in the new year, I want to try to collab more. Because I said I wanted to collab more and then didn't have the time. But I've said a few times on stream now that I'm thinking in the new year we're going to reevaluate the stream schedule a little bit. So I might try to actually make part of the schedule be collab time. It's probably going to be Friday. That's probably going to be the big change. I've talked about this a little bit. I like the schedule a lot now. So my current thought is Friday is going to become collab / community stuff, that kind of thing of just like trying to just engage with people, playing games generally is probably what it's going to be. But there might be things like, it could range from I go in VR chat with a bunch of friends and we just play a bunch of stuff, or we play freaking marbles on stream or something, or Jackbox, or that kind of thing. Because, ironically, out of every day of the week, Friday is the worst day to try and play games with Spook with. Because that's the one day that he is guaranteed always in work. Whereas sometimes he has the other days off. So it is legitimately the worst day to pick to play games with Spook. So Spook, playing games with Spook is going to be moving. I'm currently thinking, because, Curls wanted to step back from Artstream, which is fair. It's my job, not hers. I'm wondering about maybe moving Spook into Tuesday, because he does sometimes have Tuesdays off. He has tomorrow off, for example. But then that's the thing of well, am I cutting out art too much? Because obviously I also rely on the art for income. So I still need to make sure I'm giving myself enough time in the week to do art projects and commissions. Because as I've said before, I can't rely solely on Twitch for the income. I need both the Twitch and the commission income. That's just a fact. I need both. So that's when it's do I do another double day? Kind of like Wednesday. Do we have 2 double days? Which could be a thing. Because originally the idea was that even though it's marked as empty on this schedule, Tuesday morning on my personal schedule that I have tacked up on my work board. Tuesday morning is actually penciled in as video editing time, so this is time where I would generally these days I mostly am just uploading all of the VODs to YouTube. You know, back at the start of the year I was trying to use that time to edit those Pokemon Coliseum episodes. But I think the just conclusion is that as much as I enjoy live stream content suits me better, I don't mind video editing, but I wouldn't say it's my passion, which I'm sure is something that you can probably more accurately relate to. It's not. I wouldn't say it's something that I'm hugely invested in. Like I appreciate it a lot, and like a lot of a lot of YouTubers and stuff that I watch, I do because I kind of enjoy their editing style, and in some cases, I've tried to sort of be inspired by that editing style in the edits that I do. I get that parallel editing can be such a time-chomping process. There is that as well. Yeah, 8 months ago when I had to edit that video for. Thank you for gifting subs. Oh, sweet pea, thank you so much. I love you. I love you. Sorry, you're okay, sweetie. I love you. Sending love. Oh, thank you. I love you so much. I get to see you at the weekend. I'm so excited. Yes. What was I saying? Yeah, when I had to crunch that video for Virality Silver, the only way I had time to do it was to edit it on stream, which some of you guys may remember. But the thing is that I don't know if I want to be making like video edit streams part of my schedule as well, because again it's like, when am I going to have time to do artwork, when am I going to have time to do when am I going to have to do XYZ, kind of thing. So it's one of those things of like, so do I make Tuesday? This is where I wish I had a hand tracker, because I would literally be pointing. I'm like trying to point with my snoot. So like, do I make Tuesday afternoon slot another art slot? So art is always at the same time on the first half of the week. So we just have art, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday from the morning / afternoon, because the times might change. And then Tuesday evening, play games with Spook. Maybe is what we've been thinking. Another one is afternoon slots currently start at 2. The other question that's been rattling around in my brain is, do I actually start earlier? Do I start at, say, like, do I do like literally like, go for like an 11 o'clock start? Kind of, a bit more like a full-time job, essentially. I mean, it is a full-time job, but more so. Do I start at like 11, go for 2 hours, have a lunch break at 1, and then come back and keep going still after that? That's another question. And I think really the problem for me is that it's hard for me to adjust to change, so I don't know if it's literally like I'm gonna have to just try it for a week and see how we do. Obviously there's going to be just the straight up impact of, let's be honest, the majority of people who watch me, a lot of you guys are here in the UK, some of you aren't, obviously, cool. So the day, like during the daytime is a good time for me to stream, because obviously it's work time, but it means that it's work time for a lot of the people who watch me. Then means am I not going to have as many people watching me, which impacts my average numbers, which obviously impacts me on Twitch. So it's like I'm streaming more, but I'm not doing as well technically because of how the numbers turn out. It's a little bit stressful, honestly. It's a little bit stressful. Ugh, so much to think about. Partly why it's like sometimes it's easier just not to change. But if I did that my entire life, I wouldn't be here, because I would still be in my old job, because it's easier not to change. It's something that can be worth experimenting with, but also keeping my potential future impact. It's just kind of worth being almost fluid. It's difficult. All I can promise is I'll be there where I can be. Thank you. I appreciate that a lot. I really do. It means a lot. Yeah. This is the thing of, like, having a schedule for streams is generally important, because, you know, because then people know when they can watch it. You know. They always know. It's like, oh, you know, when they become really sort of invested in you, they almost don't need to reference the schedule, because they just know it's like, oh, it's this day at this time, X is going to be live. I know that from my own experience. You know, there's a couple of streamers that I watch regularly, and I basically have their stream schedule memorized, because I just do. I just know of, like, oh, it's X o'clock on a Tuesday, so-and-so is going to be live. But it's another one of those things of, like, collaborating with people is a great way to try and grow, honestly. You know, it's also really fun. Again, I'm trying not to, you know, make it sound like I'm only interested in you know, being big and making money, because I'm not. Because, you know, collabs are also just very fun to do. But collabs are a good way to grow, so I think scheduling in a chance for me to do that is good. Plus, you know, at the end of the day, a lot of the people I want to collab with are just my friends. I just want to do stuff with my friends, because I love my friends a lot. That's kind of just what it boils down to. I just want to do stuff with my friends. I recommend Sounds with Bits because they are hilarious. I also recommend more videos of funny clips from Twitch. Other than that, you're doing great. You mean like would you say compilations? Or, like, exporting clips as, like, TikToks and YouTube shorts? I could do both. Putting funny clips on TikTok, fair enough. So again, this is stuff that would fall under video editing. This is stuff that would fall under video editing on my schedule of, like, finding time to do them. Because I know you can just directly export them. In my opinion, they don't look as good. And this is where, you know, I like to think at least this is where it comes to show through of, like, I'm not just in it to try and make money or gain clout or whatever, because I do still have a degree of, like, I want it to be good. You know, I want it to be good. Clips are normally short enough that they don't need editing. Yeah, it's mainly getting the clip and then cropping it to the appropriate screen ratio. So it wouldn't be a lot of editing, to be fair. Yeah, there's a lot of changes to sort of think about in the new year. Like, there's another thing about, like, I want to see if I can learn. There's like a way to disable audio tracks in your Twitch VODs. So, like, if you have the audio coming in on different sources, it doesn't go into the VOD, and then it doesn't get, like, you know, copyright strikes because it's not there, kind of thing. So, like, playing stream sounds is something that I have actually looked into. But then I got concerned of, like, well, you know, it'd be funny to, like, because as you guys know, I sing along to music quite a bit. So I was looking at, like, you know, music clips and things, but then I was like, well, if I'm playing music clips, I'm gonna get copyright striked. So I was like, well, I guess they can't really be music clips then. Like, yeah, I literally have it, like, yeah, sound alerts, panel configuration. I kid you not, I'm not being hyperbolic, I was messing around with this morning. In my sort of, because I don't do, as you can tell, because I haven't uploaded anything on YouTube, I actually don't do a lot of video editing anymore. The video editing time slot hasn't kind of been that for a while. It's kind of just been a maintenance slot, is how I refer to it as. So I've been doing, like, channel maintenance and toying with it. So one of the things I was looking at were these sound alerts. Genuinely was looking at them today. Okay, well, what if I went activate? Panel 2. And now it's just thinking about it. Put a fart one on there and you'll take all my wages. What is it with people and fart reverbs? Oh my god, no! Like, I'm aware, okay, there are some things that you can do and it will just mill money, but at the same time, it's like, again, it's like, I have some integrity. I could put a jump scare scream in there, and you all would probably fucking buy it. But I don't want to. I don't even know if that's processing, it's just thinking about it now. It's just thinking about it. Oh yeah, I made this, though. Look, there we go. I can't believe I didn't actually have that turned on. There we go. As much as I hate asking for money. Generally, there are two fave streamers know me because I join the stream and I buy a fart sound. That's what Curls does. Curls will always join, and Voz, actually. They will always join with a flower. Oh, no, Voz joins with flowers, Curls joins with a football throw and leaves on a flower. All I want is a 56k modem noise because my head is empty and my mouth tries words and I feel like I'm actively loading ports. Yep. Also, I can't... not to ADHD for a second. Galaxia, I don't know if I've ever said this, I find it very funny that for your VTuber setup, you're on it's station Cloud 9 or something, like that. You'll have to remind me. Is your like thing Cloud Station 9? That's so funny to me because it's obvious, the 09 in my name. Blue lives on Cloud 09 is the bit. Because she's a skywolf and she can fly. She lives on Cloud 09. That was the joke, because Cloud 9 is a saying, obviously. So roommates. Yeah. I just found that so funny. That we independently of each other have the same joke. This extension is not loading. Does it want me to re-authenticate? I think maybe it does. Doing this while I'm streaming is probably not the best idea. Give me the browser. I need the browser source. Source. Browser source. New source. Sound alert. Here's another thing that I've been, again, New Year gives you all these thoughts. Did you guys know I stream using Streamlabs? Did you also know that I'm now considering no longer using Streamlabs? I'm considering changing to OBS. We're both silly goobers who love the term correct. Join us, join the OBS gang. I am learning things we can learn together. I will need it! I use Streamlabs because OBS intimidated me, but everywhere you turn, you tend to hear streamers being like, Streamlabs is not good, you should use OBS. Even though I'm like, why? I don't know why. I got intimidated by OBS. The panel is supposed to be active, but I don't see it. I don't know. I don't know. It literally says sound alerts. Panel 1 is active. I don't see it. So I don't know. Ugh. Turns out work is stressful regardless of what your job is. Work by its nature, work is stressful. Anyone who says their job isn't stressful is lying. Okay, I think it's live now. Actually, I think it is actually live now. There you go. Oh, this is probably going to be so fucking loud. Anyway, I've talked about this before anyway, of like, I am happy with my little niche. I can't pretend I wouldn't be happier if we had more people watching us. I think it would be nice. Not even, literally not from a monetary or a sub point of view, just because it makes my brain happy to be sharing what I make with people. Trending. Do you really see this? The trending on the sound alerts has two of the same. Oratrice mécanique de la Nice Cardinal. managed to paintball a few ladies in Monster Hunter looking for some prime scales so I can make some new pants. The pants have a lock on them, so I figure it's a decent replacement for my Wrathing Wolves. Oh! That's fair. It's funny because they're horny in both senses of the word. Ha! Ha! Oh, what? I went for a drink, huh? We're talking about Monster Hunter again, guys! We're talking about Monster Hunter! Did you know? I've only played one, but it had a big hammer and I giggled. Monster Hunter is fun, and I am a big fan, and I'm one of those people who likes the lore! Black Diablos has only females in heat, and also it has 2 giant horns on its head. Cora is correct, yes. Cora has explained the joke. Cora is referring to hunting Black Diablos, which are just regular Diablos in heat. So they are horny, but they have massive horns on their head, so they are also horny. Here's one for the ladies! Jesus. Last thing I see before I die. Oh my god, is there a sound clip for a Diablos? Oh my god, there is. This might be loud.
Diablos, señorita.
Nope, that's not what I was after. Diablos Monster Hunter. Oh. Too niche. Aww, palico noises. Basil Goose, yes. This is gonna be loud. This has to be loud. Basil Goose! Anyway. The main thing I remember is Fierce Rajang, which implies a regular Rajang is actually very chill, which is scary. Correct. It's not. Rajang has 0 chill and Furious Rajang has negative chill. It's a monkey, of course, I know this. Monkey. Monkey. The sound of American air battle. How dare you declare Basil Goose as an American? I need to sit back more. Oh, I got tension in my shoulders. I wasn't shrimping, but I was just tense. I need to sit back. B-52 bomber is an American plane. Also, you're telling me, fuck you, explode everything is in America. We can't go into this on stream, I'm sorry. I'm just gonna nip this one right here. We cannot go into this. Anyway, to change the subjects, yes, as much as it pains me to do so, I've put a thing up for one of my throne targets because I realized that I probably wasn't gonna get it. I wanna go to a convention. Is the simple thing. I wanna go, and the tickets are gonna sell out. So there we go. It's now a thing. It's been on my throne page for a while, but I realized that aside from ! throne, there's actually nothing on my channel that indicates I have a throne. However, one of the other things that I'm probably going to be redoing in the new year is making new banners that go below me. So I will probably just go ahead and make a throne banner properly when I just redo all of them. Also, I didn't register that I'm 2 people away from 400 followers. That's actually kind of crazy. Can I get 400 followers before the new year? That would be nice. Not gonna lie. I just realised that that's probably still too small. Given the size of video players. Anyway. Ugh. That's the wrong tool. that'll probably do for that. I'm really hoping they add a remote raid type to deal with Intermon. Let's go! Hi ho! Thanks for the tier 2 for 6 months! Oh my god! 6 months, wow! Connection terminated. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Blue Sky, if you even remember that name. What? What do you mean if I even remember that name? Wow. Crazy. That's me. That's me. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I hope you're doing well. Okay, so now the sneaky thing is repurposing all of this to be on the back. Shh, game devs do it all the time. Oh my god, I need to make you a tier 2 emote. I just realized I kept saying how we didn't have any emote slots left. I have a tier 2 emote slot. I have a tier 2 slot emote. I should make you a tier 2 emote. What do you want? What should we have as a tier 2 emote? What can we have for a tier 2 emote? Tier 2... it would be exclusive to tier 2 and tier 3 because tier 3 gets everything beneath them. The tier 3 emote is the teeth. A boop. Leave it with me. Leave it with me. Because tier 3 gets teeth, and I ain't changing that because the teeth, S tier. That's S tier right there. Not changing that. The teeth are good. Yeah, that's why they're tier 3. Mwah. That's top stuff. Gotta make it worth people's while. Teeth, 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 teeth. We can do a boot promote for tier 2. My first tier 2 sub, by the way. Glad to have here. Oh, thank you! You're so sweet. I'm so flattered that your first tier 2 is with me. Thank you. Oh, now I've definitely got to make it worth it. Now I've definitely got to get on that. I got a new tablet, by the way. Ooh, what did you get? Oh, thanks for gifting a sub to Choco-Cha! Also, hi, Choco-Cha! Samsung Galaxy S9 FE. Oh, fancy. Good for drawing. Damn. I gotta go look at this now. Samsung Galaxy. S9 FE. S9 FE. Ooh. Fancy looking. Ooh, very nice. Ooh, 10.9 inch. That is nice. Hell yeah. Dope, that's sick. Nice one. Dressed up already and it's pretty good. Nice. Make sure you share in the Discord. I'd love to see. Bye, Core. Immaculate. Clip Studio has a simple mode that runs smooth on that tab. Oh, nice. I use Clip Studio on PC. This is not a good example. Yeah, I use Clip Studio on PC to do all of my art in. It's what I've done all of the emotes in and stuff, and like all of, you know, like the silly doodles that I do. But also I do like my paintings and stuff in. It's a good example. Bennett, yeah. Yeah, my ref sheet, commission, and these paintings. I do all of these in Clip Studio. I use Critter to draw. I've never tried Critter. I've heard nice things about it. I've never tried it. You should have 6 months for free with the new tab. I didn't know you use Clip for PC. That's fair. To be fair, I think you magically turn up on every stream that I'm not using it. Because obviously on Guild Wars, I'm playing Guild Wars, and for the last, like, 4 months, I've been doing pixel art, which I use a Sprite for. But yeah, when I'm doing other art, I use Clip Studio. Clip Studio is my program of choice. And this one for Stanji. So silly. The Pokemon Squad. Yay. Do you know how to add a gradient effect on hairs? I mean, there's various ways you could do that. Bless you. Here's the spook sneezing. There's a couple of ways that you could do that. A couple would be in brush settings, and a couple would also be in, like, alpha locking your layer or clipping your layer. I actually have, like, fur brushes and stuff. Like, I'm gonna be so out of practice. I've been doing so much pixel art that I haven't actually done, like, painting art for ages. Did you make that brush? No, this was a brush that I got off Gumroad. Let me find it. Dashboard. Where's my library? I believe it was this one. Yeah, it was this one. Hang on. Open page. Wow, this brush I got from here. It does say Photoshop, but it is compatible with Clip Studio. It's a pay what you want brush. Yeah, can't guarantee work with Photoshop, but I can convert them, but if your program can use ABR, it should be fine, which it was. Yeah, Johis, or however you pronounce it, but there's the name. They've got foliage brushes as well, and there's that. They also offer this PSD, which I haven't got this, but yeah, this is what I've bought here. I'm gonna go back into my library. And then it's literally fur brushes and then fur brush update. You just do that because you can see, you probably can't see because it's behind, but yeah, that's what it's they're called on. Let's just move you briefly. This is El Hwyn fur brush and El Hwyn update, and that's these El Hwyn fur and fur brush update. So yeah, they're for free and they're great for playing around with. Weirdly enough, I haven't used them in any commissions yet. I haven't actually used them because of how recently I got them. So, where's Das's? Madrash. So, this com that I did for Das, I did this by hand. You know, when you zoom in, you can kind of see all the texture of the brush and stuff. I did that by hand. Hey bud, I hope you're doing well. So yeah, it's one of the. it's just practice, and because I've been busy doing stuff for the game, I haven't done a lot of drawing lately. But yeah, sometimes just having a nice brush is great, but you have to practice. You know, brushes don't magically do art for you. You have to practice with them. Yeah, and then you can. So there's the fur, and then we could opacity lock that, and then we could like grab like just a soft air spray, and then you can literally be like. So you could do things. You could do it like that. Obviously, the more you kind of do it, you start to lose some of the nice. You do it too much, then you end up losing the nice texture that you got. And you've also got like correction layers, where you can literally just pew shift it to a can of Monster, apparently. And then you could erase on the mask of that layer, like this. And we could blur it. That's part of the fun thing about art, is that there's no like one answer. A lot of it can just be how you want to do it. Look at this vomit coloured patch of fur that they've just spat up. But yeah. The chaotic's tail! So yeah, there you go. There's a little interlude into fur. So yeah. Yeah, I got these brushes and then basically haven't had a chance to really use them that much. If we did use Blue's actual palette. So there's Blue's actual fur. Anyway, that was a fun little interlude. Yeah, there's the fur brushes. They are free / pay what you want. If you have Why? But yeah, if you have the money, then obviously give the artist a bit of a tip for them, because they are very nice brushes. But you can get them for free if you would like. Obviously, also, let's do that. 5-star rating, because they are great. So there you go. And different types of brushes for different types of fur, because fur is always different. I know that website, I use it for my music. Wow. Oh yeah, Gumroad you can buy anything, basically. It just depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking anything digital, you can get from Gumroad. A lot of me and my friends obviously use Gumroad for VR chat avatars. Is where a lot of people will get them. So yeah, my Gumroad library consists of VR chat avatars, a couple of free VFX for a video I did, and brushes, and then some free photo bash things, which I just grabbed because art resources. They were free at the time, they're not anymore. Royalty-free pictures! Yeah, freelance, indie, studio, and enterprise. So yeah, you can get all sorts of stuff on Gumroad. Yeah, music. 3D design, software, painting, self-improvement, fitness, photography, films, gaming, art brushes. You know what else you can get on Gumroad? You can get the shit that I make! I'm doing a thumbs up, you can't see it. You can buy my stuff on Gumroad if you're into VR chat. Okay, I'll stop. Blah. It works for Clip Studio! Woo! Let's go! Anyways, I'm gonna head out. Bye-bye. Bye, Hope! Thank you for the support! I'm actually interested, what are those VR thingies? The VR chat avatars that you wear in VR chat. Yeah, it's art. It's like a whole thing. There's a whole community about it. They don't have to be furry. Obviously, all of the ones that I wear are. I've shown you pictures of VR chat stuff before. Pictures, VR chat. The mountain of pictures that I take in VR chat. It's me! And my friends! And Chaotix clipping into a mirror. Yay. It's like, look, Gumroad. If I open up my Gumroad again, dashboard. Library. This avatar that I'm wearing, I bought, which is this, the Kuda's Jex. And then when you buy them, you can customize them to how you want. So I made mine, well, me. There's my other friend who also has the Kuda's Jex, but she made her a fox. There's another one of them. Yeah. Aww. Our current avatars versus our first avatars. Look at this untextured me. Look at untextured me. This is the free version. $50. Sheesh. Don't say sheesh. Avatars are hard to make, bro. This shit's hard to make. Having done it, it is hard to make. Anyway. Oop, oop, too far over. I want that. There we go. That one. Copy you. Had to have high hopes for a living. Didn't have a dime, but I always had a vision. Always had high hopes. We wanted everything, wanted everything. Mama said, don't give up, it's a little complicated. All tied up, no more love, and I hate to see you waiting. Okay. Novelties, never change. We wanted everything, wanted everything. Step up on the rise and never come down. Oh. It's a little complicated. Hate to see you waiting. So there's the shed that we already had made, and now we've got damaged versions, which are all split off so that they can be like damaged independently. Is the idea? You can have that like over the top of it, like that, so half of the like a chunk of the building is damaged. That was the idea. And Makuhita. What am I doing on Pokeballs? I've been catching a lot of things today. I'm out of Pokeballs. I caught that perfectly. Shop, Pokeball, purchase 20. Thank you. That's better. Oh, Hey, Chaotic Expert, are you there? Wow. Ugh. You okay, Galaxia? How's it going? Sit back. Ugh, so much tension between my shoulders. Texting me. It's okay, this week just is just the very scary week and I need to get a video finished for my team, so OBS didn't capture everything I thought it had. What were we just saying about OBS? Maybe I shouldn't be considering moving to OBS. Save, export as Excuse me, let me turn the pink off. You know what, maybe Slobs is better. Who's to say? Who's to say? Who's to say? This is growing on me. And it shouldn't. I tell you whomst isn't to say, me, because I'm baby. Ah! I'm baby? Just a baby. Sick. Chaotic, so you there? Opens Discord. Are you still there? Hey buds! Mostly just checking in, basically. Obviously I didn't last week, but you know why I didn't. Let's not talk about that. Just how are we, like, feeling in general with the state of the sprites and things, and do we have any specific requests for stuff? You know, that jazz. These are our walls, quote unquote. That's the wrong. Let's group walls. These are based off wave breakers that you see at the seaside. I think that might be good. Do you think that you're happy with this for the level? We can just go through everything. Obviously you've done the water, and these are just recolors, so basically ignore them. Also the raft and the shed are reused from the last level, so obviously they don't apply either. We've got these smaller rafts, which I resized to the correct size this time. Yay. So they're up here, yeah, the correct size this time. Same with that. That's the correct, like, ratio. Yeah. So all of the like platformy bits are the right size. I think I said last week when you were on the stream that there's the two versions of the plants, and the idea is that the white ones go in the green, dirty water, and the coloured ones go in the blue, good water. Fish animation that loops, seaweed. We've now got destructible front and back portions to the shed, so the shed isn't new, but these bits are. Big mega platform, which should also be the right size. We've got a submarine, we've got a mine, and yeah. Oh, and rocks, and a life preserver, and a starfish, and posts and stuff to fill the level with. Fishing net. So yeah. If you're happy with that. Lava time. Yay! We get to start the fire level. That should be fun. I'll have to do the running down for this. So don't include that. Don't include that. Don't include that. Don't include any of these because they're just recolors. And then all of this stuff. Yeah. I probably would have finished this last week if stuff hadn't happened. But anyway. Google Drive. Shut up, phone. What do you want? I have had an email from Redbubble. I will address that later. Noise. Then it's boss time, and then time. Then the ball is in your court, my dude. I can sit back for a little bit. I'm joking. There's still mountains for me to do. Let's see. Not Calypsia. Freenai. Grass and ground test. Oh, this was the recolor I was toying around with. I did this in a Discord call with you. Nine more cutscenes and possibly an animated intro for the start. Hey, whatever you need doing, just let me know. I am probably going to take like a week off for Christmas. Just so you know. Yeah. Take all the time you need. Oh, you're such a sweetheart. You're such a sweetheart. Delight to work with. This was just me messing around. Do you like this colour, or do you want it, like, redder? If this is just the ground and everything's going on top of it. Because you've got lava already, don't you? Because, God, we talked about this, like, 3 weeks ago. You've already got lava? Or you had a lava texture that you're happy with? You want it more orange. Okay, that's easy enough. Yeah, you've got a lava texture, that's fine. No point in me doing a texture that you've already got. Let's just... because that'll be useful for me to... Jesus! That's a pallet and a half? You might need to index that, but... Considering when I put the water in, I get that. It's not optimized one, it's from Euphenic. Okay. I'll leave that for now then if you want to make your own. Yeah, you saw that. When you have, shoot it over to me, because then I can do like edge sprites, kind of like how I did for Pom Pom. These ones. To go over the top of them. But obviously it's nice to have the texture so I can see how it looks, kind of thing. So no rush, obviously. That would be good. How are we feeling about this, or do we still want it more orangey? Or do we want, like, the rocks a slightly different colour? Just want to get the ground sorted because I make everything on top of the ground. So it's like my starting point. Want me to jump on a Discord call? I don't have my headphones, so that's not ideal actually while I'm streaming. I apologise. I could probably catch you. I can sort out my headphones once I finish streaming. Let's just save this and close this because this is done. Blackstone, skeletons, cages changed, prisoners. Okay, well there's a nice easy one right there because these are close. Let's copy these. Let's do some recycling. They look visible. I think for the ground tiles we should have two different versions like Cool Shred and Crunchin. Yeah, sure. Light and dark, and I can alpha fade between them so it looks like it's hot. I get you, I get you. So like these orange bits in between. I think that was kind of what I was also envisioning. Let's just file, save as, Freeneye, red, rocks. Okay, view,
Hello there.
Ah! General Kenobi! Thanks, Core, for testing that. That works. That works. Got so many layers. Let's try. Edit, and we're going to copy merged this layer, make a new one. Stones, just so that they're separate. I'll turn you on, but turn all of you off. And edit, copy merged. Base. And duplicate base. It's oops. Just gonna turn you down for a minute or two, mate. Need to test the current level. Go for it. I'll be here.
Deep down in the
Darkest night,
you're
losing all
your light. And in a marching war,
same cause.
Just remember in the darkest night,
There's always a candlelight.
sometimes it's hard to see, but that light can never leave. You're trapped in your own mind. To
Yourself, you can't be kind.
Stuck alone, trapped in a home, feeling nothing but numb and cold. Amazed, stuck in your own head, paralyzed in your own bed. Just
Remember in the darkest night,
there's always a candlelight. Sometimes it's hard to see, that light can never leave. Nothing, feeling lost and fading. No grip for you, no idea what to do. Crashed and falling, the walls are closing.
just get out of my head.
Just remember in the darkest night, there's always a candlelight. Sometimes it's hard to see, but that light can never leave. But when the world is no longer bright, we'll bring it back with the candlelight.
Save as hot ground 2. That's not how you spell ground. Ground 2. I wanna cry. Oh, it's all on the wrong layer. Fuck. live to suffer. Hit me twice. That's rather nice. We're Vidig suffering, sadly. That don't mean I won't kick Suffering's ass. Yes! That's the tier 2 emote, an image that flashes in and out for the wrong layer. No! Toxic love. Those greedy human beings will always lend a hand. And what a beautiful machine they have provided. I would say that's the best level up till now. Hell yeah! Let's fucking go! So excited. New tile. bless the rain. Gonna take some time. Let's just save over that because that one fucked up. What can I say except you fucked up? File, save as. I could have animated tiles on this one if you want to do that. Do you mean like the fade that we're currently doing, or literally have them move around? That's right. Say file export as PNG. Hi Demon, good to see you. I think the fade might be better. The fade would definitely be easier. I guess I think we could have animated stuff, but I probably wouldn't make literally the base tile that I'm going to build everything on top of animated. You know, you want like a set foundation kind of thing. Which I think is too vibrant. Ah! What the heck was that? Oh, someone contributed to the throne. Thank you. I didn't see what that said. Thank you very much. Jesus, these alert noises scare me. I didn't see who that was, but thank you. Thank you for contributing towards my hopeful trip to go to Confuzzled next year. conventions are expensive. What was I doing? You distracted me! Holding hands. It was probably 10. Probably. Squints at you, Core. Squints at you. I don't even know how. I don't know how Throne works too well. I don't know where I go see Anonymous. That fan has left no message. Sus. Y'all are sus. But thank you. Let's see. Edit. Merged. Let's try you separately. And we'll put the glow on with the lighter base separate. Merged. All these different types. Rolls a deception check. Rolls an insight check. I rolled a 19! Reveal to me your secrets. Oh, I might, yeah, I quickly googled it. I might be able to program in a way with Moobot to maybe add in a d20 roll. It's something I'd have to program in, but someone made a Reddit post of like, can we have a roll a d20 command on Moobot? And someone was like, you could probably do it 2 possible ways. I had to look at that later. Okay, file, export as a PNG. Save. Reopen that. Okay, let's try you. No, I've already done this wrong. We want the patches on. Come on, brain, engage. We're going to be finishing in like a minute. Export as PNG. Don't you save this one? I do save this one. I don't fully know how Throne works, but I feel like it's potentially a giveaway when it tells me that the donation was in dollars when my currency is sent to pounds. Just gonna throw that out there. Is this the vibe we're going for? Scientific term. Pass the vibe check. I could animate it in a sprite, but it would be a bit of an effort to do it for something that isn't going to be like is going to be handled like as an in-engine thing. Send a thank you note. Thank you. Glenn is smashing these new tunes. Hell yes! Glenn makes awesome music. I'm hyped. Get that shit on Spotify! Get that shit on Spotify! I started smacking my desk, but it was making my lamp wobble, and I was like, ugh, ugh. My lamp is very unstable, apparently. Who knew? Alright, I think, not yet. I know, but it takes time. It's not like uploading to Twitter. If you didn't know this, you can't just make an account and start uploading. There is an actual process you have to go through for Spotify, so you need to start. You need to start. Spotify, you have to go through things. Anyway, I think it is time to end this stream. So we're gonna go raid into a guy known as Pirate Software is their name. They are doing game dev as well. Not that they need the raid, they've got 7,000 people watching them. Me and Spook have been watching this guy recently. He's got interesting insights into the game dev and just all sorts of things. He's got like a decent history of working for all these big companies, and now he's just doing his own thing because he wants to more than anything else. His website is very useful and interesting as well, which I've read through a few times, and I think he's literally looking through it at the moment. So just for people who are interested in game dev, drop him a follow and watch some of his stuff, because it's interesting to watch. Hopefully he is not like just about to finish. I'm gonna mute the music and listen.
I heard you like mudkips. Oh,
Also,
that was it.
he's
There was
got
the whole message.
he's got a great
That was
voice
it.
as well. Just gonna say. Anyway, but yeah, former Blizz dev, if I recall. Yeah. Anyway, but yes, go have a listen. So have a good night, whatever you guys are up to. Remember that tomorrow evening is going to be our open mic night, essentially, where I will be in my Discord, and any of my friends, I should say, will be able to join in and do creative stuff as well. Remember, that's the role. You can't just join and play games. You gotta join and do art and join the conversation. But anyway, I will see you tomorrow. Have a good day. Man sounds like Markiplier. Yeah, he's got that nice bass to his voice. Anyway, see you tomorrow. Bye!
So you have Doki Doki Literature Club. This game is...